Knight Jarecki here with Alan Embree for today's Allen Hour. Coach, 2 days ago, going into the first game of the series against Bend, you said the pitchers had a lot of rest and they should be ready to go. The last 2 days really hasn't been the complete effort between the pitching and the fielding. Do you blame it more on the fielding, or do you think it's just been a little bit of both struggles?
I just think it's a matter of being in sync as a team, and we're not there yet. We're still in that spring training process. I'd like to have came out of a little bit sooner, but it's coming. I mean, you can see improvement on the pitching end, which we needed to see after the Pickles series. But, you know, I think we've had 2 good starts, and I'll take that. And if you get good pitching, eventually it's all going to fall into place. Starters set the tone. I think, well, case in point, we were 25 for 45 on first pitch strikes. That needs to be more like 35. That's a good number where you're like, okay, we can work with that. And then we went complete opposite in the next game, and Peaches did a great job, and Newman did a great job. They both had good stuff. We were in a position to win, and it just didn't happen.
Talk a little bit more about Peaches and his performance yesterday. Got his first start. What did you like out of him, and what are you hoping to see from him as he progresses throughout the summer?
He did a good job commanding the zone, I thought. His pitch selection could have been a little bit better. Sometimes when you have a great arm, you want to show you can throw a breaking ball. When there's really no need to throw a breaking ball, it actually does the hitter a favor. I think some errors behind him and some 2-out focus is what got him in trouble yesterday. But he rebounded pretty well from it. He threw 87 pitches and kept us in the game. So I thought he did pretty well overall. I'm trying to give him more of a bulldog mentality instead of a just, oh gosh, shucks, darn sort of thing. And I think that's what we'll be working on during the summer.
What about Newman? Newman obviously had those good innings between the 6th and 8th inning. What did you like out of him in those innings?
Came as advertised from high school. And that being said, he's a high school kid. When you have the high school pitchers in the West Coast League, you try to put them in less leverage situations, and we screwed up and didn't start him instead of Peaches because Peaches has been in that leverage situation. But his stuff plays, his tremendous arm. That's a kid that's going to be really good in the West Coast League.
You mentioned that Peaches had kind of been in those leverage situations. Do you feel like having him in those later innings is more valuable than having him as a starter, or do you feel like you're going to keep him in that starting role?
I think he's going to be in the back end of the pen. He's going to be an 8th, 9th inning guy for us the rest of the summer. I think he's got one more start, so he can get his looks that he needs to get, and then we'll go from there. But I think him coming out of the pen is going to be dirty.
Moving forward to today, Rylan Hyder's going to get the start. Last time it was against Wenatchee. He kind of got hit a little bit, but what are you looking to see from him here today?
With him, it's just on or out in 3 pitches or less. If he can keep his pitch count down and command down in the zone, he's going to be successful. If he gets up a little bit, he's going to get hit a little bit. I mean, he gave up, I'm pretty sure, the furthest West Coast League home run this year, and he still won that game, so we'll take that. But solo shots we'll take. A walk and a bomb we don't like.
Coming off of a weekend in Portland in which you guys did not have 2 games, do you feel like everything's starting to even out now in terms of the pitcher usage?
We're trying to get the starters to figure out who our starting 6 are going to be, sort of thing. We're trying to go to the 6-man rotation, so we've got our auditions happening now. I think it's taken a toll on the bullpen a little bit because they're sitting kind of idle. I'm trying to keep them as sharp as I can with bullpens and drills and stuff like that. I think it took more of the toll on the rhythm of our hitters. I mean, playing every day, you stay in it. In the defense, you're always on your toes, that sort of thing. We had that dead time. Now we got to pick it up again.
Are there any guys that have kind of cemented their role in the 6-man rotation, or is it still kind of up in the air at this point?
I mean, I think Bridger and Rylan right now. We're going to have to see if Dryden rebounds, because I expected him to rebound from the last one, and he was still a little bit shaky, command-wise. Steyer, that sort of thing. I would say really I'm looking at 3 guys and 3 auditioning for 3 spots.
Who are some guys out of the bullpen that we might see today?
Armstrong, the lefty that from Fresno State. He's got good stuff, stays down in the zone. I like his makeup. He's got that no-nonsense makeup on the mound. Probably the two Linfield kids could be available, but we're having Twist is piggybacking Bridger. So we'll go right, left, right sort of thing and do the matchup thing a little bit.
Do you like that as a pitching coach, going right, left?
It depends on their lineup. It really does, from velocity to, tilt. Different looks, so they're not so comfortable. You definitely don't want a guy coming in after a guy that throws out the same arm slot and is 3 miles an hour slower. That sort of thing. That's what you try to eliminate.
Lastly, this is the last game against Ben today. What have you seen from their hitters offensively that you're going to try to exploit today in your pitching side?
I mean, they're a pretty aggressive team. If we can be good with our secondary pitches and keep the ball down, we'll be fine. I think they've just been hitting our mistakes and at really good times, at really opportune times. So I think if we just eliminate some of those mistakes behind us defensively, I think we'll get better.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yep, I appreciate it.
It's been today's Alan Hour with Alan Embree.